What's up, Beta Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. As a part of today's video, we're diving into the latest updates when it comes to Cardano in the ecosystem. First things first, we'll take a brief review of the weekly development report. We'll also do a quick pulse check here on the entire ecosystem, taking a look at some of the top traded tokens and NFTs, followed by a brief piece surrounding marketing in the ecosystem. If you want to go ahead and participate, I want to quickly highlight the Intersect MBO. Now, in addition, we've got the post-mortem when it comes to Lenfi and their recent Oracle situation, where we saw the butane liquidity pool being moved, resulting in some collateralized losses or in some liquidations. In addition, we're going to be touching on Lace version 1.11, which brings along a few set of features, including hardware wallet support. After that, we've got some updates surrounding Genius Yield in their open source smart contracts, which have now gone out, but there's also the launch of flex staking that I want to go ahead and highlight. As we get ready to close things down, I want to highlight the Tokeo wallet, which has now integrated a new payment method, and they're also getting ready for their ISPO. The very last topic I want to highlight for today's Cardano Scoop is the Metera protocol, with their official testnet now going out. I'm also going to be having Daniel on the channel here to get an update surrounding the testnet and their ISPO. As always, if it's your first time stopping by, my goal here is to help you find a digital liberty here within the Cardano ecosystem. If you do enjoy updates like these, I would appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up. If you want more, consider subscribing. And last but not least, if you have any questions, then make sure to leave a comment down below. I am also a single stake pool operator, so if you want to take your support a step further, consider delegating with the official Dapp Central stake pool, which is stake pool ticker DAPP. Right now, you'll be earning your traditional ADA rewards, in addition to the Metera token, as well as the Sarah token. Moving straight in, we've got the weekly development report. Now, I've gotten some feedback here about the fact that this does need to be updated and that the number of projects building continues to stay stagnant at around 1,300. While that is true, I do believe that the vast majority are NFT projects. So removing that, I think, would be a big help here. Of course, we can suggest that to the Cardano Foundation or the Cardano team that actually puts out this graphic. So I'm not going to harp too much on that here for today's update, but looking at the left-hand side there, we've got a new consensus package released for Cardano node version 8.11. We've also got Lace version 1.11 being released. I'll talk about that in just a minute, followed by a brand new distribution of Mithril being released as well. We've also got the funding round 12 proposal submission phase, which is officially ended for the general categories. Keep in mind that the RWI category, which is for the bigger projects, is still ongoing as it stands. Last but not least, we've got the Voltaire explainers in the works. Now I'm going to quickly go ahead and plug in my own content here, touching on Voltaire and governance. Please make sure to go ahead and check those videos out, breaking down some of the different roles, which include SPOs, DREPs, and the constitutional committee, but then also touching on some of the actual actions that we can take here when it comes to treasury management, protocol parameter updates, and so much more. Next, let's jump into the brief market update here, taking a look at how the Cardano native token asset market is currently performing. We've got the Splash token, which has officially been released. I'll go ahead and provide some more updates surrounding that here in a follow-up update. We've got World Mobile coming in at number 2, followed by IUSD in terms of trending tokens, followed by SNEC, AGIX, and Iagon. Now, taking a look at some of the trending NFTs, we still have the Ape Society NFT collection still trending. Following their recent announcement and move to base, I released a full video about that. Make sure to go and check that out if you guys want more details about that and just a little bit of my own opinion there as well. We've also got the Goofy Gophers Mining Club NFT coming in at number 2 in terms of trending, up about 6%, followed by House of Titans. What's interesting is that both of those NFTs right there, coming in number 2 and number 3, are all dealing with reward distributions when it comes to actually owning that particular NFT or an NFT within that particular collection. So a lot more DePIN being involved within NFTs. And there's also even the Snekies NFT here, which is listed right there, which also takes a very similar approach, rewarding users while actually operating a mining operation. Next, let's briefly touch on the Lace wallet. So as it stands right now, Lace version 1.11 has just been revealed, and I want to quickly break down what you can expect with this latest update. So it states here, security's always been at the top of our agenda, and in this release, we're taking things a step further to enhance your experience and better protect your wallet. As a part of Lace version 1.10, which I did cover here, the team got the ball rolling with changes to make the approval of transactions safer by making them more human readable. This means that before you send all of your assets out of your wallet, you're going to be well able to see and read that pretty clearly before you actually accept. We've had scammers take advantage of the fact that wallet transactions were not always human readable. Therefore, people were signing or agreeing to transactions, sending out more than they initially anticipated. Now, jumping back into the article, it reads, Phase 2 of our 3-part plan drops now, and we've officially made it easier to distinguish between your own address and other addresses. So when you sign a transaction, you can be crystal clear on exactly what you're agreeing to. So this team continuing to push the boundaries when it comes to security and wallet enhancements. Now, that's not all. They've also made it easier to search through your transactions and your NFTs. And it states that if you've got more than 10 NFTs in your wallets or tokens, you can now search them by name, asset ID, fingerprint, or policy ID. In addition, for NFT buffs, if you want to go ahead and use one particular NFT as your wallet avatar, they've also gone ahead and provided that feature. Now, there's another piece, here, surrounding the custom API transactions. So by default, when you download a wallet, it usually submits all the transactions to one particular Cardano node. However, if you're trying to get a head start or a advantage when it comes to an upcoming NFT mint, and you want your transactions to be submitted on chain faster, you can always use a different or a local node. So with this brand new version of Lace, they've added support for a custom node field. So it states here, if you're tech savvy, it's now possible to submit transactions via a local Cardano node and the Cardano Submit API. This feature gives you a dedicated way to submit transactions. So when there's a cool NFT drop coming, you can make sure that your transactions are processed faster than everybody else's. Last but not least, we've got the integration of the hardware wallet model Trezor T. So it states here, we know a lot of people are hungry for Trezor support. So as another security boost for this release, we've added support for Trezor Model T. You'll now be able to use your hardware wallet to view balances and sign transactions through the Lace interface. That will wrap it up there for updates surrounding the Cardano ecosystem, the general market sentiment, and the Lace wallet. Next, I want to quickly follow up here on an item that I released a fully dedicated video on, which is the post-mortem report for the butane liquidation incident that occurred on the Lenfi protocol. So Lenfi, a DeFi lending and borrowing protocol here, had a lot of open positions when it came to BTN, or the butane token. Now, what happened is that the butane team actually moved liquidity, I believe, from the Spectrum DEX over to SundaeSwap v3. Now, the Oracle for Lenfi wasn't plugged up or updated to take a look at liquidity or to aggregate liquidity coming in from the SundaeSwap platform. So when liquidity was pulled, that in turn actually caused liquidations to occur directly on the Lenfi protocol. So this summary here basically breaks that down, stating that on May 12th of 2024 at approximately 11 o'clock at night, a significant liquidity event occurred on the Spectrum Finance platform involving the ADA/butane token liquidity pair. Approximately 67% of the ADA/butane liquidity was removed, which directly impacted liquidity levels on the Lenfi platform. They've got a full timeline breaking this down here. I won't jump into that for the sake of time here, but it basically breaks down the fact that they were not tracking the liquidity volumes on the SundaeSwap platform. So scrolling down, I want to highlight some of their lessons learned, which include what went well, which includes the Lenfi system functioning as expected, where loans were in fact liquidated. So it is good to see that at least the protocol works. Obviously, the circumstances were far from ideal, but if there's a black swan event, we can definitely be sure that liquidations will take effect as expected. Now, in addition, there was a large liquidity movement alert that was sent throughout their Telegram channel. But in terms of what went wrong, the team failed to act quickly enough. And that was because the liquidity was moved at 2 a.m. local time. So probably when the majority of the team was well asleep. Now, when the liquidity was also moved to the SundaeSwap pool, that particular liquidity was not tracked. So that's another item in terms of what went wrong. Now, what the team could do better, right, would be to be a little bit more critical about what assets they approve in terms of collateral. Now, of course, butane was voted upon, so the community did obviously vote, and that was sort of their wish, right? So moving forward, I think that it's always good to be careful. But in this particular instance, it's not like the community didn't already give approval for this asset to be added as collateral. In addition, they're going to be making sure to actively communicate more with projects who are listed either as a barbell asset or a collateral asset when it comes to Lenfi. Last but not least, they'll make sure to update their price feeds or their Oracle system to take advantage or to take input from any new DEXs which have now launched. So I want to quickly follow up on that there. Again, I know that that was a pretty big event. I think it was over $60,000 to $70,000 worth of butane that was liquidated. And I believe that the team is working to proactively reinstate positions or make users whole if they were incorrectly or inaccurately liquidated with that actual event. Next, I want to quickly give a plug out to the Intersect Marketing group. So I've actually just gone ahead and joined the marketing group myself. Again, Intersect, the member-based organization for anybody who wants to help to guide and shape the future of Cardano. They've already got a stablecoin working group, and they're now got a marketing working group. They've already had one meeting. I think there's a couple coming up here, but I'll share this Miro board down below for anybody who wants to take a look, where the team has gone through and done an initial SWOT analysis. So figuring out some of the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, right, when it comes to Cardano and how we can better improve marketing. As you guys can see here, extremely detailed process breaking down different ways that we can contribute and different sort of initiatives that we can begin to focus on. So I want to quickly go ahead and plug that in here as well. Next, I want to talk about Genius Yield, but as always, if you're enjoying today's content, I would appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by and you want more content like this, breaking down everything in Cardano, please consider subscribing. And last but not least, if you have any questions or just want to share your opinion, then leave a comment right down below. Moving into the updates surrounding Genius Yield, we've got their smart contracts for their DEX officially being open sourced. Now, what's amazing about this team is that everything they've done to date has been fully open sourced. That includes their smart contracts. That also includes their smart order router, which basically match makes orders for the protocol as opposed to using batchers, as well as their market making bots. So if you've got liquidity and you want to help to make markets within the Genius Yield DEX, you can also go ahead and use their open source MMB. Now, when it comes to their smart contracts, they've open sourced 4 of them. One of them dealing with partial fills on the actual platform. A second dealing with NFTs and how those are minted. The third dealing with a special NFT for partially fillable orders. And then the very last one dealing with fee configuration when it comes to the DEX and how everything works with respect to filling and creating orders. Now, they've left a link to all of the actual contracts down below. Again, I'll leave this down there if you guys want to check this out. It is available on GitHub. Next, we've got the Genius Yield team also launching Flex Staking. So right now, as it stands, they already have staking, but it's locked staking, I believe, for 6 or 12 months. And I think there might actually be a nine-month option there as well. But if you no longer want to lock up your tokens, you can now go ahead and take advantage of flex staking. So what this basically allows for you to do is stake and unstake at any time that you wish with no penalties or forced lockup period. So it states you can unstake whenever you want, and you can participate in the DEX fee sharing program where you'll be able to earn 20% of the fees collected by the DEX. Keep in mind, you're not just earning ADA, you're actually earning Cardano native tokens if those are what's being traded on the actual DEX. Here we've got a breakdown of the different tiers, which will now again be taking effect, where we've got flex staking, where you don't earn a multiplier. However, you can again stake and unstake as you wish. If you stake for 6 months, you'll get a 5x multiplier, 9 months will be a 9x multiplier, and then 12 months will be a 15x multiplier in terms of the rewards that you can earn from the actual staking platform. Moving over, we do have an update surrounding their accelerated yield event. So depending on how often and how much volume you trade on the actual Genius Yield DEX, you'll be able to earn a portion of 50,000 gens. Now, this has been going for a little bit over a month now. And as a part of this new sort of week, you can now earn a 3x APY boost if you trade stable coins on the Genius Yield DEX platform as well. So that includes JED, USDM, and IUSD. Now, this particular event has started on 13th of May and it'll be ending on the 10th of June. Again, links to this will be left down below. Last but not least, we've got a brief update surrounding the actual Genius Yield team reaching phase 1 and 2 of their roadmap. So it states here in terms of what they've completed so far. Let's see here. First and foremost was the DEX fee sharing program. Again, that's where you earn 20% of the fees or the revenue generated by the DEX if you're staking your gens. Number 2 is the accelerated yield event, which I just mentioned there. There's going to be rewards for how many people actually trade gens. And again, that all depends on the volume and how much you also have staked. Now, third is the market order multi-fills. So this was launched in late March, where you could have an order that's sitting out there. And if there's a smaller order that can be used to partially fill your bigger order, that would actually take effect. So it makes everything a lot easier and allows for a little bit less friction when trading bigger orders. Now, we've also got an update surrounding their second audit, which was completed by Anastasia Labs pro bono. So shout out to Anastasia Labs, basically providing audits for some of the bigger DEX protocols or just the bigger Cardano-based protocols here in the ecosystem in order to provide the reassurance for the everyday Cardano community to interact seamlessly or without any hassle or scare of fund security on their platform. Now, as a part of phase 2, we saw DEX UI and UX improvements, so updates surrounding the user interface in the user experience. We also saw the launch of their bug bounty program, which basically rewards anybody who finds bugs or potential issues with the actual smart contract platform. Following that, we saw the launch of the market maker bot framework, as well as the updates for their staking option. And the last thing that we've just seen has been the integration of their DAO. So they've just had their very first vote where anybody within the Genius Yield community holding the GENS token could have voted for any Project Catalyst proposal that they would have wanted to see submitted by the Genius Yield team. Following sort of the submissions, the team actually had a short list, which was then actually submitted for Project Catalyst. So you can now finally have a say with the direction of how the Genius Yield protocol grows with and by holding the GENS token through their DAO. That will wrap it up for updates surrounding that. Next, I do want to briefly touch on the Tokeo wallet. So this was announced about a month ago as well here. This is going to be a fully mobile wallet being developed by some of the Danketsu team, as well as the DropSpot team here in collaboration together. So it states that the Tokeo private beta is now live. And if you want to go ahead and get your hands on this, you can go ahead and sign up. They do have some beta testing spots available. I believe you can go ahead and join their Discord to find out more. Next, we've got the integration of a crypto on and off ramp. So it states here on and off ramp to crypto in style by ADA at any time, where Tokyo has entered into an integration partnership with Coinbase Pay to drive further convenience for users. No more toggling between platforms. Tokyo makes on and off ramping simple, and it's basically there anytime that you need it. So really interesting feature to see. I think this is one of the first projects to integrate directly with Coinbase Pay, and I'm excited to see how this particular platform turns or shapes out. Now, I do have access to the early version, so I'll be jumping in there as a beta tester. I'll see if I can get a fully dedicated video breaking down how the wallet functions and how my experience is when it comes to the user interface in UX. Moving over, we do have an upcoming ISPO when it comes to the Tokyo platform, where you can now earn the $TOKE or the TOKE token. So it states here, invest in your future mobile DeFi platform without sacrificing your ADA. This will be kicking off on the 24th of May of 2024, and you can stake your ADA to their pool. Now, we don't have the actual specifics of the pool just yet, but I'll provide more of that information as it becomes available. And they do have a bonus rewards program where you'll be able to earn additional rewards based on the duration or quantity of your delegation. Last but not least, you'll be also able to earn the TOKE token by staking or delegating with a partner pool, and I'll be collaborating with the team to see if I can also be listed in support of their ongoing ISPO. Last but not least, we've got some of the important details here, breaking down the launch of the ISPO, the duration, when it'll be ending, the total amount of rewards, and the rewards per ADA. Again, check out the official Tokyo Twitter if you guys want more information surrounding that. The very last project I want to talk about for today's video is the Metera protocol. They've just released a recent announcement summary breaking down the launch of their private testnet. They've also released or submitted 2 proposals for Project Catalyst funding round 12, and they've also made some user interface and user experience updates here as well. So a lot of teams and projects focusing on making their apps a lot easier, a lot smoother, and a lot more friendly for everyday users to go ahead and use. Now, I'm going to close out here by showing you guys a brief preview of what the actual testnet looks like. But before we get into that, we do have two proposals coming out from the Metera team. The first dealing with the Metera protocol smart contract audit. So they're going to be requesting funds in order to get their smart contracts audited and reviewed for security and safety. And I would urge the team to also collaborate potentially with Anastasia Labs as well, right? They were able to get the Genius Yield team's smart contracts audited pro bono. It'd be amazing to see if they could also do the same here for Metera. Now, the second proposal is dealing with the Metera protocol DEX aggregator integration, where this team would want to be integrated into the biggest DEX aggregators, including SteelSwap, ADA Markets, as well as the DEX Hunter platform. So pretty cool to see there as well. Now, jumping into the actual testnet itself, it's available at test.meteraprotocol.io, links down below. And at the very homepage here, we can see the featured portfolios. Right now, we've got the Metera DeFi Index protocol, and then we've got the Metera Top 10 Index. You can quickly see the TVL, or how much ADA is currently locked within that particular index. You can see its performance over the last 7 days and the current value in terms of ADA for that particular index. Now, keep in mind that when you purchase the MTK, or the index token, that will give you access to the underlying assets, which can be rebalanced every single day or in real time. So do keep that in mind. You're not purchasing individual assets. You're purchasing an index token that represents all of the underlying assets, which can be rebalanced from time to time. Now, if we take a look here, we've got the two indexes down below. We can see all the different assets included. And if I click on them here, I can see the TVL again, and I can see exactly how much of the total index is made up of which tokens. So pretty cool to see here. Again, I'll be playing around with this, and I'll actually be sitting down with Daniel Sampson here in the next couple of days to provide you guys more information surrounding the testnet, as well as an update for their ongoing ISPO. Again, keep in mind that the Dapp Central Stake Pool is an ongoing ISPO partner, where you will be able to earn the Metera governance token between this particular epoch right now, all the way to epoch, I believe it's 491. So make sure to jump in the stake pool if you want to go ahead and get exposure to that, as well as Sarah. That will do it here for today's video, breaking down some of the latest Cardano-based updates, touching on the weekly Cardano development report, updates surrounding Lace, the Cardano marketing working group. We've talked about Lenfi, their post-mortem, Genius Yield, Tokeo, and last but not least, Metera. If you learned anything along the way, or you just found this particular type of content to be helpful, I would really appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by Dapp Central and you want more, consider subscribing. And last but not least, if you have any questions or just want to share your opinion, then make sure to leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.